this is 5 Minutes with the Newsroom. Welcome to our newsroom. You can see we have some great old newspapers on the wall. You're welcome to stop by anytime and just kind of get a tour. It's small, but it's us, so you're welcome to come by. Jamie has been working on a very in-depth series on tattoos. This is something that we've been talking about for a while. You really wanted to dig into.
I did.
Finally gave her the okay, and the last installment just published. So what we did is we took these two parts and we divided it up into the business end, which is like the regulations, the artists.
Industry in general, changes to the industry.
And we have a new shop in Green Valley.
Southwest Tattoo.
Great. And so then the second part was actually the tattoos themselves, the people who are getting my favorite part was talking to a woman who had one removed, and we talked about tattoo disasters.
Yep.
And there are plenty of those. So
there sure are.
and you did a lot of reporting, talked to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Anything in all of this surprise you in all the reporting?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was pretty surprised about like advances in the industry. I have a tattoo myself. It's been probably 10 plus years since I've gotten one. So just to see like how much the tattoo guns have evolved, how much inks have evolved. And then also just hearing the tattoo artists talk about things that they wouldn't do. That's just something I've never thought about before. So I thought it was really interesting because one of the guys was saying, if I have a kid come in here who's 18 and ask for a face tattoo, I'm not going to do it because that's going to have repercussions on his life. So I don't think that's something people think about, that tattoo artist will say no and have stuff that they just don't feel comfortable doing.
And really the professionalism of the industry has been raised even just in the last 10, 15 years. And now, as you pointed out, people actually can make a living off of this. This isn't just someone in their living room tattooing their friends and hoping they get it right.
Oh yeah, people can make $100,000 a year plus doing this. So people are like making a living doing it, and it's really gone into the mainstream.
And I think part of the significance of all this is that according to some stats, and I've seen a couple of different ones during the reporting of this, is that probably half of adults have a tattoo.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of different stats myself on the number of tattoos, but that's the general consensus. And even just talking to the artists themselves, they were saying, now you're seeing doctors get them, your lawyer might have one, your teacher might have one, the lady who lives next door might have one.
Let's go back to what you mentioned earlier, and that is advancements in the industry. And I was very surprised about this particular ink that you wrote about that only shows up under black light.
Oh, yeah. I actually saw one of those being worked on when I was at Southwest Tattoo. The lady had a Mortal Kombat symbol. She's named after one of the characters, or shares a name. And she had these kind of like lightning bolts going through it. And so this is actually a tattoo that when you shine a black light, a UV light on it, that particular ink glows. So that lady was telling me she has a friend who has her entire tattoo done in just that ink. So you don't even see it at all unless you put on a black light.
You also quoted an industry group that supports people in the workforce who have tattoos because, frankly, there's discrimination. It may not be open discrimination, but people with tattoos in places that might show when they have a uniform on or something are being discriminated against, and this group steps up and defends them. I was really surprised that there is an entire organization dedicated to this.
Yeah, I was too. And even one of the ladies that I spoke to, she has a number of tattoos, probably, I think she has over 8, and she was saying she really didn't start getting into more tattoos until she became a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
Because her former job, she said, she does know that there's been discrimination in the past with people who have tattoos, so she didn't feel comfortable getting them while she was there.
Finally, let's revisit this woman who you spoke to. She's in the process of having 3 tattoos removed, and it is quite a process. It isn't like you just go in there and they're gone.
No, so she's actually getting 3 removed. She just said, she got them when she was young, and they're not really good quality, so she wanted to get them removed. It can take multiple sessions. This lady said that she's going to be going through about 12 sessions. She's about halfway through. For her, they cost about $70 a session. So that adds up. And removal really is based on how old that tattoo is, how detailed it is, how much color, like where on the body it is. there's lots of factors that play into like how much that's going to cost and how long it's going to take to remove it.
Well, I know that I have learned an awful lot through this series. It's available online at gbnews.com. We hope that you take a look. There's so much more. We could do 10 minutes with the newsroom on this topic. But Jamie, thanks, because I know that it was a lot of work. And again, the business side is covered. We actually sent you to Mexico to talk to an artist down there who has just a great story about how his shop opened. And so we hope that you get an opportunity to read it. And thank you for joining us on 5 Minutes with the Newsroom.